Hello everyone and welcome to the WCG for quarterfinal 1 of the 2021 Australia Day T20 Big Bash, which sees the Group A winners 2 inches short of a length taking on the Group B runners-up, the Puffin Billies, for the first ticket to the semi-finals. These two sides met in the group stage of last year's tournament, and it was a resounding win for the men in red on that occasion, but this is a vastly improved Puffin Billy's unit this time round. So as we take a look at both sides' journey to this stage of the competition, both sides suffering first up losses in their respective groups. It was a bit of a surprise result for 2 inches short of a length, who went down to the 6 offenders in the opening match of the tournament, but recovered with a bonus point win against Smack My Pitch Up to top the group. For the Puffin Billies, they went down narrowly to the defending champions in what was a very impressive performance, and then easily counted for 60 grit, claiming a bonus point in the process and their first ever win at the Australia Day T20 Big Bash to seal their spot in the quarterfinals. Both captains are in the middle, and we're ready for the toss.
Right, lowest right side. You're going to call heels. Heels is a call. It is a heel.
So it's the Puffin Billy skipper Joe Severi who wins the toss, and he elects to send 2 inches short of a length into bat. As we take a look at the Puffin Billy side for this crunch quarterfinal, they enter their first ever knockout match full of confidence after impressive performances throughout the group stage. It's been a pretty solid all-round team performance so far in the tournament. However, the addition of Nathan Maslow in the Puffin Billy's lineup for this year's competition has given the Billies an extra dimension with both bat and ball, and they'll be a tough proposition in this quarterfinal. And as we take a look at the 2 inches short of a length side for this massive contest, they come into this quarterfinal with a couple of question marks hanging over their head, as their fragilities with the bat have been exposed once again. However, they are through to their third consecutive knockout stage appearance and have never fallen short of the semi-final stage. So the men in red know how to get the business done at this stage of the competition, and if they can sort their issues out with the bat, then they should be very hard to stop once again. And just before we get underway, we'd like to thank our major partners for this year's tournament, Campbelltown Motor Auctions, who have been fantastic since jumping on board this year, and our ever-reliable and long-standing partners, Harley Cranes Group. So the first ticket to the Final Four up for grabs. It's 2 inches short of a length taking on the Puffin Billies, and we're ready to go. And it is going to be Justin Brooke who will get this innings underway once again for 2 inches short of a length. Dismissed for a golden duck in their last outing against Smack My Pitch Up, so he'll be looking to put that right in this crunch quarterfinal. So we're all ready to go here in quarterfinal 1. It'll be Nathan Maslow to bowl the first over of the innings. Here he's in now. This one's a full fast delivery, but this one slides down the leg side. So the Puffin Billies begin with a wide. So 2 inches short of a length, off and racing here in quarterfinal 1. This one looks to be a very juicy fixture indeed. Here is Maslow will continue to Brooke in the first over, and this one pops up towards Joe Severi, and he doesn't make an attempt to catch that. I thought he might have got an inside edge onto his leg here, Brooke. He would take a look. Yeah, he definitely does. So half a chance there for the Billies. So a nervy moment once again there for Brooke, as Maslow will continue again now to Brooke in the first over, and this one's another full delivery which slips down the leg side, so this one will be another wide. So a mixed start to this quarterfinal so far here for Maslow. There's sure to be a few nerves floating around here for the Puffin Billies in their first ever knockout stage appearance. Here is Maslow will continue to Brooke in the first over. Here he's in now, this one's played towards the very, he's going to set up for a single! Oh, he's surely run out! It's a suicidal single there from Brooke. Oh, the umpire said not out. Oh, and Joe Severi cannot believe it. Well, he looked gone for all money. I'll be amazed if he's got home here. He plays it to Severi. Oh, he might just be in, you know. Severi took an age to get rid of the ball. He would take a look. Oh, it's a great decision. Brooke has got home here, and I don't know how. Well, gee, it's been a nervy start to this contest here from Brooke, as Maslow will continue to him once again, and he plays it to Severi on the offside, and this time he thinks better of it. Well, I cannot believe Justin Brooke has got in there. It's a cheeky single to end all cheeky singles to get off the mark. Here's Maslow will continue to Brooke in the opening over. Here's in now, this one's a shorter delivery, and this one hurries Justin Brooke as it hits him on the thigh. Here's we take a look at the replay. Oh no, it's hit him on the hand. That's what Maslow offers. So the men in red no wicket for 3 as we arrive at the final ball of the opening over. Here is Maslow is in to Brook, and it's a good length delivery, and it's a swing and a miss to end with there from Brook. So a good recovery at the back end of the over there from Maslow. No wicket for 3 after 1. It'll be Joseph Azar to bowl the second over of the innings. Here he's in now over the wicket to Brook, and he begins with a full delivery, and it's played on the offside to Joseph Berry, but there'll be no quick single on this occasion. Brook hobbling around a bit. I think that quick single might have injured him. I think he's got an issue with that left knee. Here is Azar, will continue again now to Brook, as this one's a good length delivery, and it looks like this one hits Brook on the thigh, and he's going to move through for a leg bye. Yeah, he's in clear discomfort here is Brook, as he's on his haunches down at the bowler's end. 2 inches short of the length's main attacking weapon with the ball also. So I wonder what kind of ramifications this has for the remainder of the quarter-final. The men in red no wicket for 4 after 7 deliveries. So the Puffin Billies will be delighted with where things stand at the moment. However, 2 inches short of the length still have all 3 wickets in hand. As Azar's now going to go around the wicket here to Brook in the second over. Here he's in now, this one's a full delivery, and Brook gets his away on the leg side for the first boundary of the contest. Well, it's a much needed boundary for Brook and the men in red. 2 inches short of a length, no wicket for 8. So Joseph Azar in for the final delivery of the second over. Here he's in now, this one's a fly to delivery, and it's got the beating of Justin Brook, all ends up. Well, Brook was totally bamboozled there by that change-up, and it's a priceless dot to end the second over. So 2 inches short of a length, just labouring a little bit here in quarter-final 1. No wicket for 8 after 2 overs. However, they do have all 3 wickets still in the sheds, so he looks set to enter an intriguing back end of the innings. And it's going to be Nathan Maslow who will bowl the third over of the innings. As he's in now over the wicket here to Brook, and he begins with a full fast delivery, but it's another one that sprays down the leg side, so he begins a third over with a wide. So his radar's just been off slightly here in this quarter-final. Justin Brook not out 5, 2 inches short of a length, no wicket for 9 into the third over. So a bit of pressure perhaps mounting here on Brook, as Maslow will continue to him now in the third over. Here he's in now, and he serves up a full toss, and he gets his way through mid-wicket once again for another boundary. Well, that'll ease the pressure somewhat for the men in red. Brook moves to 9, Reds no wicket for 13. Maslow to continue to Brook in the third over. Here he's in now, this one's a full delivery, it strays onto Brook's pads once again, and he picks it off once again for another boundary. Brook starting to come alive here in quarter-final 1. The Reds no wicket for 17. Maslow under a bit of pressure here in the third over, as he'll continue over the wicket here to Brook, and this one played on the offside. He's going to take Severi on once again. Oh, and another direct hit, and this would have been interesting as well. Severi nearly takes his star bowler's head off. As we take a look at the replay, it's a good gather there from Severi, but the throw is off the mark. 2 inches short of a length, no wicket for 19, as Maslow will continue to Brook in the third over. This one's played towards Severi on the offside, and oh, surely this time! Yeah, he's run out this time! Brook's luck has finally run out here on 14. So the Puffin Billies pick up their first wicket of the quarter-final. There was no mistake this time from Severi. The men in red 1 for 19. So a decent opening knock there from Brook has come to an end. And that wicket now brings the 2 inches short of a length skipper Hamid Basher to the crease. Guided his side home with the bat in their last outing. Can he get the men in red up towards a defendable total this time round? So it'll be Nathan Maslow into Hamid Basher for the final ball of the over. Here he's in now, and this one hits Hamid Basher on the foot, but he hasn't played a stroke. Yeah, he's set off there for a leg bye, but it's been waved off by the umpire. 1 for 19 with 1 to go. It'll be skipper v skipper for the final over of the innings. Severi around the wicket here to Basher. He begins with a full delivery, and it's a wild swing and a miss there from Hamid Basher. So a priceless dot to begin with there for Severi, and the pressure mounts. Severi to continue around the wicket to Basher in the final over. Here he's in now, this one's a full toss, and it slides down the leg side, so this one will have to be re-bowled. So the men in red move into the 20s, 1 for 20 with 4 deliveries left in the innings. Here Severi continues again now to Basher, and this one's another full delivery, and it's another swing and a miss there from the red skipper. So this is good stuff to end with here for the Puffin Billies. They'll be delighted if they can keep 2 inches short of a length below 25. Here is Severi will continue to Basher in the final over. Here he's in now, this one's another full delivery, and this time Hamid Basher's able to get it down the ground for a much needed boundary. Basher hammers this down the ground to to get off the mark in style. The men in red 1 for 23. As we arrive at the penultimate delivery of the innings. Here's this one's a full delivery, and Albasha smacks this into his foot, and it lands safely there on the offside as he moves through for a single. So the Reds 1 for 24 as we arrive at the final delivery of the innings. Can Albasha get this one away to the boundary to push his side up towards that 30 mark? It's Severi into Albasha. Oh, and it's a good delivery as he follows Albasha there, and Albasha can only manage a leg ball to end with. So that ends a pretty good bowling performance there from the Billies. So 2 inches short of a length picked the perfect time to iron out their deficiencies with the bat as they post their highest score in this year's tournament as they make their way to 1 for 25 after their 20 deliveries. Justin Brooke top scoring for the men in red with 14. Joseph Airy running him out for the only dismissal of the innings. And it's 26 to get for the Puffin Billies for their maiden semi-final appearance. And it is going to be Joseph Azar who will get this run chase underway for the Puffin Billies. Coming off a duck in their last outing against 60 Grit in match 10. Can he get the Puffin Billies off to the start they need in this one? So 26 or bust here for the Puffin Billies. It's going to be Justin Brooke to bowl the first over of the innings. Here he's in now, and it's a back-rolling delivery. And Azar prods that on the offside to Alex Stepien as it's a dot ball to begin with. So Brooke doesn't seem to be suffering any effects from that knee injury picked up during his batting innings. He will just keep a close eye on the red speedster as he'll continue around the wicket here to Azar. And it's a good length delivery, and there's a big appeal here from the Reds. Oh, and it's been given not out. Well, they were very keen on this, were the men in red. Here as we take a look at the replay. Nah, it's just glanced his leg. A nervy moment there for Azar. As Brooke will continue to him now in the first over. Here he's in now, this one's a full delivery, and he hits it towards Alex Stepien. Oh, and how has he missed? It's another gilt-edged run-out opportunity miss in this quarter-final. Azar sets off for a suicidal single, straight to Stepien, and all he had to do was hit the pegs. Well, will Azar make them pay for that let-off? As Brooke will continue again now in the first over, as this one's a good length delivery, and Azar advances at Brooke, but it's a swing and a miss. So this has been an impressive start to the opening over here from Brooke. 3 dots and a single as we arrive at the final delivery of the over. The Puffin Billies no wicket for 1 in the run chase. Here is Brooke is in again to Azar, and it's another full delivery, and it's another play and a miss to end with here from Azar. So a fantastic start with the ball here from the Reds. No wicket for 1 after 1. It'll be Alex Stepien to bowl the second over of the innings. Here he's in now, around the wicket here to Azar, and it's a back of a length delivery, and it's another swing and a miss here from Azar. So the pressure is mounting here on the Puffin Billies in quarter final 1. No wicket for 1 after 6 deliveries. Puffin Billies require 25 of 14 deliveries. As Stepien will continue to Azar in the second over. This one's a back of a length delivery. No, he's able to turn this away on the leg side for his first boundary of the innings. Well, that's a much needed boundary there for the Puffin Billies who are away. Smoke 5 without loss. Stepien to continue to Azar in the second over. Here he's in now, this one's another short delivery, and Azar turns this on the leg side once again, but he only moves through for a single. So they won't mind that, the men in red, as long as they keep these boundaries at bay. The Puffin Billies no wicket for 6 after 8 deliveries. They require 20 off 12 deliveries with all 3 wickets in the shed. So it's not exactly time to panic here for the Puffin Billies, but they want to get going soon. Here is Stepien will continue again now to Azar. And this one's a full delivery, and it slides down the leg side, so that'll have to be re-bowled. So that'll help here for the Puffin Billies. No wicket for 7 into the second over. The Billies requiring 19 off 12 deliveries. As Stepien will continue again now to Azar. And this one's another back of a length delivery, and it's just dropped on the leg side once again from Azar, who took that last bit of that single pretty casually. Here's, we'll take a look at the replay. It was a good gather and throw from Hamid Albasha on a direct hit, and it was gone. Well, another nervy moment there for Azar as we arrive at the final ball of the second over, and it's a full delivery, and it's a play and a miss there to end with from Azar. So things starting to get tight here for the Billies. No wicket for 8 after 2. So this quarter final is set up nicely for an exciting back end of the run chase. The Puffin Billies no wicket for 8 after 2. Which is exactly what the Reds were at this stage of the innings. 18 to get off 10 deliveries. And it looks like the men in red are going to go for the jugular, and it's Justin Brooke with ball in hand. So it's going to be Justin Brooke to bowl a massive third over of this contest. He's in now around the wicket here to Azar, and he begins with a full toss, and Azar hammers this down the ground for a much needed back end of this innings. No wicket for 12. 14 to get off 9 deliveries. Brook will continue to Azhar in the third over, and he's pulled his length back here. It's a good length delivery outside the off stump, and Azhar thinks about having a little poke at it, but lets it go in the end. So 14 to get off 8 deliveries. Here, this match on a knife's edge at the moment. You'd probably just favour the men in red from here, as Brook will continue to Azhar around the wicket, and this one's a forward delivery and it pops up for a catch. Oh, it's just landed before Justin Brook, and furthermore it's run along to the boundary. Well, that's a massive moment here in this quarter-final. Azhar just pushes it back towards Brook as it falls short, and it beats Brook for a big boundary. Well, the pendulum might have just swung towards the Puffin Billies here. 10 to get off 7 deliveries, as Brook is in now to Azhar. He pops, he's on the offside, and it's been taken by Alex Stepien after a couple of juggles, but he holds onto it in the end. So the pendulum swings once again. Brook gets the big wicket of Azhar, who goes for a well-made 15. The Puffin Billies 1 for 16 in the third over, as Stepien holds his nerve for his side when they need him the most. Well, Azhar goes for a well-compiled 15, and that wicket now brings the skipper Joe Saveri to the crease. Got his side home with the blade against 60 grit in that last group match. Can he do the same in this crunch quarter-final? 10 to get off 6 deliveries, as Brook is in for the final delivery of the third over. Here he's in now to the skipper, there's a full fast delivery, and he's knocked over Saveri. It's an absolute beauty to get first up there. Brook standing up for the men in red once again, as he goes bang bang to end the third over. And 2 inches short of a length have a third successive semi-final appearance within their sights. So that wicket now brings Nathan Maslow to the crease, the last hope for the Puffin Billies. He walks to the crease with his side needing 10 runs of this final over. So the Billies need 2 a ball here if they're going to sneak into a semi-final spot. It's 1 wicket to get here for the men in red, and it's going to be Hamid al-Bashir Bowl, the final over of the innings. Here he's in now, it's a full toss, and he clips this off his toes first up as he moves through for a single off the fence. So they won't mind that, the men in red. 9 to get off 4 deliveries. Well, we had a feeling this one was going to be tight, and this one's coming right down to the wire. As al-Bashir will continue again now to Maslow, who gets a thick inside edge, and this goes away to the boundary. That's a massive boundary here for the Puffin Billies. It's now 5 to get off 3 deliveries, as the pendulum swung once again. Well, the Puffin Billies just 1 clean hit away now. The Reds still just 1 wicket away, as al-Bashir will continue to Maslow in the final over. Here's this one's a short delivery, he's played this one on the leg side. It's gone all the way. The Puffin Billies have done it. Nathan Maslow is the hero at the end for the Puffin Billies, as they book their spot in a maiden semi-final. The Reds have broken their semi-final hoodoo alright, but they've gone backwards to do it. The Reds eliminated at the quarter-final stage, and the Puffin Billies march on to a spot in the final 4. Well, in an incredible opening to the knockout stages, it's the Puffin Billies who prevail by 1 wicket here in quarter-final 1 to book their ticket through to the semi-finals. Nathan Maslow, the hero with the blade at the end for the Billies, finishing 11 not out of 3 deliveries, as 2 inches short of a length once again snatched defeat from the jaws of victory in the knockout stages, and this will do nothing to shake their choker's tag. But this moment belongs to the Puffin Billies, who qualify for their first ever semi-final at the Australian ADT20 Big Bash. So as we look ahead to quarter-final 2, it'll be the men in orange smack by pitch up who will be looking to emulate the Puffin Billies and qualify for a first ever semi-final. But standing in their way are the defending champions Nice Gary, who have been flawless so far.